expressing my true feelings to my husband about our children and then telling my eldest daughter I never wanted her? I, F24, am the mother of 4 beautiful children, aged 5F, 3F, 2F, and 1M. Despite having them all planned, my husband has consistently pushed for us to have more, and I often found myself feeling suffocated by the idea of another child. I've come to realize that I never truly felt the desire to be a mother, and it's been a struggle for me to form close connections with my kids. A recent conversation with my eldest daughter, who is an inquisitive and precocious child, left me feeling unguarded and honest. She asked me about my thoughts on having children when I was her age, and I let my guard down, revealing my true feelings. That I never wanted to be a mother or have children in the first place. She misinterpreted my words and became upset, but I comforted her and helped her settle down for the night. The next morning, my husband confronted me about the conversation, furious that I had supposedly traumatized our daughter and damaged her self-esteem. He accused me of being an awful mother, and ITIFU by almost eating food I thought was for everyone. I work as a janitor at a small high school. There are a total of 2 full-time custodians at the high school. Sometimes people bring snacks and put them in the break room in the office. I usually go in to get a fork on my. I had a moment of cluelessness and almost ate food meant for others. As a janitor at a small high school, I'm part of a tight-knit custodial team consisting of 2 full-time staff members. Occasionally, staff members bring snacks and store them in the break room, where they're often shared with everyone. When I'm on my lunch break, I usually visit the break room to grab a fork or something to eat. Today, I strolled in to find a delightful spread of mini sandwiches, cookies, and chips with a thoughtful note expressing gratitude towards the high school and junior high staff. The sandwiches were neatly packaged in Ziploc bags with 2 per bag. I thought, wow, what a lovely surprise, and grabbed a bag along with some chips. Little did I know, I was about to become the focal point of an awkward situation. The principal walked in, spotted me, and looked displeased. She politely informed me that the sandwiches were intended for teachers and administration, suggesting that there wouldn't be enough for custodial staff. I apologized, quickly returned the sandwiches, and beat a hasty retreat. Needless to say, I felt quite embarrassed. As someone who cleans the office daily, I'm no stranger to running. My husband was arrested for strangling me while I was holding our newborn. What's next? Last night my husband of exactly 5 years, it was our anniversary, attacked me. I screamed at Alexia to call 911 and ran outside. He proceeded to choke me until the neighbors came running. A traumatic event has left me shaken. On our 5th wedding anniversary, my husband turned violent. As I desperately held our 3-week-old daughter, he assaulted me. I managed to call for help, and with the neighbors' timely intervention, the situation was brought under control. He was subsequently taken into custody. A 10-day restraining order has been issued against me and our 3 children. My husband is being held in a medium security facility with no possibility of bail. The charges against him remain unclear, and I am uncertain about his future court proceedings. I am seeking guidance on the next steps. Do I require a lawyer's representation? Will I need to attend court? If I choose not to press charges, will the case be dismissed? Conversely, if I decide to proceed, will a trial with a jury be the outcome? This is the first time my husband has faced arrest for domestic violence, although it marks the 2nd instance of abuse. Fortunately, our smart ring captured the incident on video, which may serve as evidence. I am overwhelmed and seeking advice on how to navigate this challenging situation. My husband caught our daughter using a sex toy and is furious, but I feel he is being unfair. Yesterday my husband walked in on my daughter, 15, masturbating when we went to put clean washing in her room. Let me just say we aren't a very religious household, but he was raised in. A recent incident has left my family in a state of turmoil, with my husband at odds with our 15-year-old daughter over her use of a sex toy. The situation unfolded when my husband entered her room to put away some clean laundry, only to discover her engaging in private behavior. Although we're not a devout household, my husband was raised in a more conservative environment, and this upbringing has made him less accepting of certain subjects. When he initially walked in, he didn't react, but later, after I spoke with him, he became visibly upset. I attempted to reason with him, but he continued to express his discontent, eventually going so far as to search her room for electronic devices to review her online activity. This investigation led him to discover the sex toy, which further intensified his reaction. He became enraged, yelling and making comments that I feel were unwarranted and overly severe. As a result, our daughter has had her devices taken away, and she's been avoiding interactions with the rest of the household. I'm deeply troubled by the situation and believe that my husband's response was disproportionate. I'm seeking advice on how to address this issue and find a more constructive resolution. TLDR. My husband caught our 15-year-old daughter using AITA for calling my girlfriend selfish for being upset I wasn't at the birth of our kid because I was also in hospital. My girlfriend and I, both 26F, have a son who is just over a year old. And there was some major drama during the birth. For some context, I have Crow. Am I the asshole for accusing my girlfriend of being self-centered when she expressed her hurt over missing the birth of our child? My girlfriend Jane and I, both 26 years old, are the proud parents of a 16-month-old son. Our journey into parenthood, however, was marred by unexpected complications. I've been dealing with chronic heart issues since birth and have had multiple surgeries to address them. When Jane was 6 months pregnant, my condition took a turn for the worse. I ended up spending a month in the hospital due to severe health complications, which made it difficult for me to be with Jane during her pregnancy. Just 2 days before the due date, I was rushed to the hospital with a severe case of fluid buildup around my heart. An emergency procedure was necessary, and I spent the night in the hospital being monitored. As soon as I was cleared, I rushed to the maternity ward to meet my newborn son and Jane. Although the initial shock and sadness of missing the birth were overshadowed by the joy of our new baby, Jane's frustration with the situation has been simmering in the background. Our date night last night brought it to the forefront. I had planned a lovely evening for the two of us, complete with my girlfriend's favorite AITA for not telling my wife I had a vasectomy. I've been married to my wife for 2 years now and she's always wanted to have a child with me. She mentions it often. I've even been trying to have one with her. The problem is that I've had a vasectomy and she don't. Am I the asshole for withholding information about my vasectomy from my wife? I've been married to my wife for 2 years, and she's expressed a strong desire to have a child with me. We've been trying, but it hasn't happened yet. Unbeknownst to her, I've undergone a vasectomy in the past, which has left me with a heavy secret. During a recent visit from my ex-wife, who dropped off our 3 kids, she casually mentioned her pregnancy with her new partner. My ex-wife and my current wife struck up a conversation about her upcoming baby, and my ex-wife's knowing glance at me revealed that she was aware of my vasectomy. Later that day, my wife expressed her eagerness to be pregnant and have a child with me, stating that it would happen when the time is right. My ex-wife's reaction was telling, and I could sense her disapproval. Afterwards, my ex-wife texted me, urging me to reveal the